As every high school student knows, there is a transition period from middle school to high school where you realize that you've gone from the top of the food chain to the bottom. In the year 2012, I had to make that transition, and it was really hard. High school was a lot different from middle school, because in middle school we got to hang out with our friends whenever we wanted, and we didn't have to worry about tests or grades, or even homework. But when you get into high school, that's all you worry about. After a while, I had adjusted to high school and was making my way through all of my classes. Of course, I was only pleasing my teachers and my friends. There was one person that I wasn't pleasing, and it was myself. So I decided to apply for a high school leader position with Bear Creek Elementary. A high school leader is a high school student that accompanies a school to outdoor lab and helps with supervising kids and teaching classes. However, they didn't need any more leaders, so I was turned down, which was unfortunate because it was something that I wanted to do. However, luck was in my favor because the next week my counselor called me to his office. He asked me if I'd like to accompany Red Rocks Elementary to outdoor lab. I was rather enthused and said yes on the spot. I went to all the meetings and prepared weeks in advance. Then came the day of departure. The kids, myself, and the other leaders got on the bus and headed towards Mount Evans Outdoor Lab. The week went on, and I found myself enjoying life much more than I had while at school. But sadly, Friday came way too soon. But luckily, before I left, I expressed my interest in becoming an intern. I was emailed a couple weeks later by someone named Nicholas Opog, the program director up at Outdoor Lab. He told me all about the internship and how great it was, so I applied. I didn't actually think I would get it though, because I was applying on a whim, whereas everyone else that was applying wanted to become teachers or something of that caliber. However, a couple weeks later I got another email from Nicholas Opog, who was happy to inform me that I had gotten the position of intern at Mount Evans Outdoor Lab. That following January, I went up, and I was horrified. I didn't know anyone there, and I didn't know what I would be doing. I found myself constantly thinking, what did I get myself into? However, I soon became friends with everyone there. Luckily enough for me, everyone that was there were super friendly. They embraced me with open arms as one of their team, and I did the same, even though it was a little nerve-wracking, figuring as I'd never done anything like this. I would always think things through and come up with a precise plan for what I wanted to do. Even though I didn't have a plan, I still had a lot of fun, because as the semester went on, I found out how important the position was. Every week new kids come up, and you get to introduce yourself and make sure they have a fun time, which is great and all, but it's not until I met a kid named Matt that I truly realized how important the internship was. A little background on Matt is that he had been bullied since he was in 3rd grade. However, he was too scared to speak up because he didn't trust his teachers. Up at Outdoor Lab, he came up to me one night in tears. I asked him what was wrong, and he informed me of what was happening. He had been constantly bullied the entire week by 3 gentlemen we had been with since 2nd grade. Because he went up to us and we got him help, he now knows that he can trust his teachers, which is life-changing for a kid. You have to be able to trust your teachers, otherwise school will just be a living hell for you. Everyone has those few teachers that they can't stand, or have ruined their school career so far. However, now Matt knows that he can trust his teachers, and he doesn't have to live in fear. Knowing that is what made me want to come back to the internship a second time. I continued with the internship, and I realized I wanted to become a teacher. Now that I knew what I wanted to do, I was able to create a plan. My plan was to talk with every teacher that came up after that and figure out what it's like to be a teacher. How do you deal with the kids every day? What if there are incidents? How do you handle them? That kind of stuff. However, every teacher would answer me with the same question. Why did you want to become a teacher? It made me think, well, why did I want to become a teacher? And it was because of those kids. Helping those kids makes you feel good inside, because then you know that you changed their life. I've been at Outdoor Lab for 3 semesters now, so about a year and a half. That means I've seen about 3,000 6th graders. and knowing that I've made a difference on at least one from each week is huge. I've left a lasting impact on many of those kids, just as they have left a lasting impact on me. I'm so thankful for my time at Outdoor Ladder, but knowing that if I hadn't taken that one leap of faith, that I wouldn't be here. My life could be completely different if it weren't for that one whim that I went off of. So act on any whim you have and follow any dream that you might have, because in the end it might be worth it. It could even change your life like it did me.